I look into the forest, and it steps out from behind a tree. Ragged, filthy horns, one longer than the other, flared out to each side. The long hairy face, with the red eyes, and the matted fur sloping down into a beard. I start to weep. It crawls, frog walks, half squatting. Impossibly long, slender fingers caress the dirt as it creeps forward with its bare, naked human body, gaunt and tall. A low panting sound comes from its throat, reverberating through the ground. Not the bleat of a goat. No, this wasn't any sound that a living creature should make. It's close. By all that is holy, it's right in front of me. I can see its ribs poking out from its chest. The eyes. I see the red in the eyes. It's seen me. I hold completely still, but I know it's useless because it's seen me. It's coming back for me. This is it. Please. Please, please, please. Please let it be fast. Please. Don't let it hurt. I can't fight it anymore. I don't want to. I merely lean into the step behind me, watching it come closer, taking its time. Then, the entire forest lights up, and the panting turns into a chilling shriek. Light. Red light. Blinding and harsh, blazing over the cabin, and the woods, and the abomination in front of me. I look up. Dimly, I make out the shape of the flare slowly descending over the treetops, floating down on its parachute. The goatman is rising to its feet. Up and up it goes. Back straightening, claw-like arms going up, tall, taller than any human could possibly be. And it hisses at me, wild red eyes gaping wide, and its maw open in fury. Boom. I see the splatter of silvery dust across the creature's snout. The force knocks the thing off to its side, arms flailing in the air like a demonic windmill. Boom. The second shot draws another screech. I look down in the snow and see the entire intact horn hewn off at the root, attached to a mangled tail of bloodied meat. Then, I look up to see the goat thing with half its face gone. The pale-faced man is back. The flare dyes his figure in crimson, as if he's bathed in blood. Slow, even steps he takes, advancing on the stunned goat man. In the pounding panic, I realize once and for all which one of them is the more terrifying monster. His face is a stone mask, spine-chilling murderous intent clearly apparent in each deliberate step, radiating coldness in every line, pure fury and concentration written across his features, and the empty, soulless black eyes stare ahead at the screaming, thrashing prey before him. In his hands is a Winchester repeater, trained on the monster on the ground. Like my uncle's, but my uncle never had a gun like this, plated with blackish metal like some arcane artifact. And my uncle never wielded a gun the way this man now did. Boom! Another shot. A wound opens in the creature's shoulder, leaking silvery fluid. Boom. The other horn is shorn off. Boom. This one takes the monster's right eye. 5-round magazine. That was the last shot. The pale man tosses the shotgun aside into the soft snow, just as the monster leaps. An instant. That's all it takes. It vanishes in the air right as the stranger advances, and reappears right behind the man, snapping out of thin air with a deafening crack. Hands extended, cruel nails stained red, snout split in a bone-chilling wail. The pale man spins. Not the frantic whirl of a panic-stricken man caught by surprise. Not how I would have been, turning sharply and falling over in the snow. No, this is the precision and finesse of a hunter who knows exactly where his prey is. This is no desperate thrash. This is the killing blow. The man dodges the creature's first swipe, blocks the second with his raised left arm, and then I see the right hand come forward, and the red light dances across the surface of the ring on his finger. The punch connects dead center in the monster's forehead. An explosion of white light, like a flashbang, bursts across the scene and nearly blinds me. The shriek that follows nearly makes me deaf as well as blind. Then suddenly, the tension in my arm is gone, and I collapse to the ground and realize that my cheeks are stained with tears. "I'm sorry about that," he says, holding up the unlocked handcuff. "I needed you to believe that you were abandoned." What? Despair. That's what I wanted. Despair. They can smell it in the air. These entities. Drives them crazy. Overrides any clever hunting strategies they might otherwise think of. There's nothing more attractive to them than a terrified prey that has abandoned all hope. He pulls me to my feet. They forget about stalking you, and they come at you in the open. Makes for easy targets. Above, the flare continues to burn, cutting a slow arc across the night. "Come," he walks forward. "Let's finish this." The goat man is lying on its side, both legs mangled, its head a gaping mass of gore. It is breathing, but only still, in ragged, shallow breaths. Only now I notice what's by my feet. A jerry can of fuel. "We'll have to burn away the body." The pale man produces a box of matches. "Corpse like this, it'll come back in a few days. Burn the bones, and it takes much longer to reform. Maybe a couple weeks." He hands me the matches, and I accept wordlessly. I say nothing as he douses the creature in gasoline, ignoring its last feeble struggle to cling to life. Finally, he steps back, tosses the can aside, and nods at me. "You do the honors." I take a deep breath, look one last time on the horror that had haunted my nightmares for so many days. I strike the match. It blazes strongly with a steady flaming tongue, a tiny beacon in my hand. I drop it.